Welcome to a demonstration of the Zones of Regulation digital curriculum and training platform. My name is Emily Walls. I'm the Director of Instruction here at the Zones of Regulation. Here's what you can expect to learn in this demo. A brief overview of the Zones of Regulation framework and curriculum, a tour of our Zones digital curriculum and training platform, and next steps for exploring our products. The Zones of Regulation is the only comprehensive framework specifically designed to foster emotional regulation. Grounded in neuroscience, the zones provide a simple system for understanding, communicating around, and caring for or regulating our feelings. The Zones of Regulation's evidence-based curriculum empowers everyone, from learners to educators, therapists, and families, with tools to understand and manage their emotions, behaviors, and sensory needs. The Zones of Regulation is unique because it builds common language and practices for navigating emotions. It supports neurodivergent and neurotypical learners alike. It's designed to be implemented flexibly across diverse settings, and it builds capacity for co-regulation and connection. The Zones of Regulation first came to life with the original print curriculum, bringing the zones into classrooms, therapy settings, and homes around the world. In 2024, the Zones curriculum evolved from a book format into a dynamic digital teaching and learning experience by introducing the Zones of Regulation digital curriculum. This shift integrates the tried and true concepts within the framework with more accessible, flexible, and tech-integrated resources that meet the diverse needs of today's learners. The Zones digital curriculum offers a developmental approach for learners ages 4 and older to build regulation skills and competencies. It's designed to be implemented by educators, clinicians, support teams, and caregivers of all types. This curriculum can be used in whole class or Tier 1 instruction, as well as small group or one-on-one interventions in school and clinical settings. It can even be used at home or in community-based programs. Let's log in to explore the Zones of Regulation platform, where you'll access our curriculum and training. When you first log into the platform, you'll land right on your dashboard, which has all of your account information and quick links to your resources. Let's look at the top navigation bar. You can move between the digital curriculum, training, resource library, help menu, and your account information. We're going to begin by opening up the digital curriculum page. We're here on the digital curriculum main landing page. You'll find 10 curriculum concepts here. Each concept is like a mini unit full of resources. They are designed to be taught sequentially and over multiple sessions. Each concept will follow the same format for consistency and continuity. In terms of content, within concepts 1 through 6, learners will explore self, social, and situational awareness. Moving on to concepts 7 through 10, learners will explore regulation tools and strategies for regulating in real time. We're going to begin by exploring one of the concepts. Let's open up Concept 2, introducing the Zones of Regulation as our example. At the top of each concept, you'll see a brief introduction, which is the what and why for the skills within that concept. You'll also find learning targets and vocabulary to preview with learners, as well as the key climate practice. These are your essential steps to go beyond direct instruction and build a climate or environment where regulation and well-being thrives. Next, you'll find considerations and adaptations for various learner profiles and needs. Let's start with the early and emergent learning. These are suggestions for learners ages 4 through 7 and those who are developmentally emergent in their skills. It provides you ways to make learning more hands-on, pare down or break up the interactive presentation, or simplify instruction. You'll also find a variety of storybooks to support early learning and reinforce the learning targets. You can click here for a full book list for all of the concepts. You'll also find accessibility tips for neurodivergent learners, trauma-informed practice considerations, and culturally responsive practices within each concept, all making learning more relevant and meaningful. You'll also find a quick guide for materials and prep and alignment with the CASEL core competencies here as well. Let's move down to the learner-facing resources. The main vehicle for direct instruction is our interactive presentation, which can be displayed on a smartboard, a projector, laptop, or iPad or tablet screen. Let's open it up. When you open up the interactive presentation, you can always find the table of contents here along the left-hand side. We're going to go through a few of the slides. At the beginning, you'll find the learning targets as well as vocabulary to pre-teach and reteach with your learners. We always begin with a hook to activate background knowledge and engage learners in instruction for the day. Within the core lesson, you'll find your instructional slides, videos, and digital interactives and games. Every presentation features a video like this one that introduces the 4 zones. Let's take a quick look.
What are the zones of regulation? Have you ever noticed how complicated our feelings and emotions can be? We can group our feelings into 4 colored categories or zones to help us understand them. We call these the zones of regulation. We can think about how much energy or strength our feelings have to sort them into each colored zone. Let's explore the 4 zones of regulation. In the blue zone, we have low levels of energy and down feelings, such as when we feel sad, tired, sick, or bored.
There are also digital activities along the way to engage learners in building skills, like this one. You'll find parent shares as a pausing point for you and your learners to reflect and process concepts as a community. Toward the end of each core lesson, there's always a group activity, which is a hands-on application of the learning targets. Within Concept 2, the group activity is making a zones poster. The last part I want to show you is the wrap-up, which can be used as a quick review at the end of this concept or unit of instruction. To accompany each interactive presentation, we have a presentation guide. This is a slide-by-slide teacher's guide. We encourage you to review it or print it to use alongside the interactive presentation. Along the way, you'll find scripting and helpful tips such as alternative activities for non-digital options, teaching tips with helpful suggestions to note. You'll also find suggestions for scaffolding learning for your early and emergent learners, including sentence stems and frames, and deeper learning suggestions for more advanced learners or those who have already had exposure to this presentation and are ready to extend their knowledge past the learning targets. This is also where you'll find more information and directions for the group activity, as well as a menu of geared activities and adaptation instructions for the Check for Learning, both of which I'll show you in more detail next. The core resources you need for each concept are found in this next line. This includes the group activity, which are the materials you need for that group practice within the lesson, the Check for Learning, which is a quick formative assessment that you can use for progress monitoring purposes, and the Zones Bridge, which you can send home to caregivers or share with other team members to inform and engage them in what you're teaching. Please note that our Zones Bridges are also available in Spanish. Let's scroll down to the geared activities. The gears are a choice menu of options or ways to practice and reinforce learning for that concept. Our Gear 1 activities are designed for a high level of adult support. They're often used with early and emergent learners. You'll find less reading and writing required, and they'll simplify or provide scaffolded instruction for the learning targets. Our Gear 2 activities are a mix of independent, partner, or group format activities, and they're often used with primary or mid-elementary learners. These provide direct practice for the learning targets, and you'll find more independent reading and writing in these activities. Our Gear 3 activities are a little bit different. They are learner-directed, providing learners with agency and a menu for them to choose how they are going to practice the zones for themselves. All of the printables are included within this main PDF menu. In terms of the geared activities, you can do more than one activity or spiral through them over the years to keep learning fresh. They're designed for flexibility. If you don't know which gear to choose, there's a geared activity overview guide located right here. Scrolling down, the next section is the zones visuals. These are differentiated and printable visuals that accompany each concept for accessibility and use in your setting. There are often multiple versions of each visual, so you can choose the ones that make sense for you and for your learners. At the bottom of each concept is the Extend Learning section, with tips for generalizing and applying this skill throughout your day and week. You'll also find those supplemental Zones companion resources and how to integrate them into instruction right here. Now that you're oriented to the main concept components, we're going to take a quick look at the Tool of the Week page, which we recommend starting at Concept 7 when you introduce regulation tools. On this Tool of the Week page, you'll see a guide for implementing the Tool of the Week here at the top. Then you'll find a variety of regulation tools to explore, broken down into categories: sensory and movement tools, mindfulness tools, connection tools, and thinking and planning tools. Here you'll find two different ways to explore regulation tools. The first on a digital display that looks like the interactive presentation. Choose a tool and walk through the steps. You can also pull up shareable handouts that can be printed or sent to team members or caregivers as well. At the bottom of this section, there are additional resources to use alongside the Tool of the Week to help learners reflect on each tool and to provide reinforcement. Note that you can also add your own tools that are commonly used in your setting as well. Now that we've explored the learner-facing sections, let's dig into the two sections in light blue, which are for Zones leaders like yourself. This is where you'll find your implementation materials. We'll begin by taking a look at the Getting Started guide. In this first section, the Curriculum Overview and Guidelines, you'll find a number of helpful resources to help you plan and implement the curriculum, kind of like a program manual. Here you will find your implementation guidelines, concept and curriculum pacing suggestions, and how to implement the zones over multiple years of instruction. In this second section, How to Teach a Concept, there are more resources for instruction, differentiating and adapting your lessons, including tips for using the presentation guide and the interactive presentation, an overview of geared activities, and goals for individualized plans like IEPs or behavior support plans. In the third section, Implementing in Different Settings, we'll provide you with more tips and resources specific to different types of settings. For those of you in school sites, you may especially want to dig into the classroom instruction or multi-tiered instruction crosswalk. Next, we're going to take a look at the data collection tools. We have two types of data collection tools here in the Zones digital curriculum. The first are your learner assessment tools, which you can use for tracking progress. We have a regulation self-reflection and observing regulation competencies that you can use for pre, mid, and post assessments, as well as tools for progress monitoring and goal tracking. Next, you'll find Zones Climate and Implementation Measures, which are tools that you can use for monitoring adult progress toward your implementation goals. An additional feature that you can find in the curriculum is the resource library. We have over 200 new unique resources within the Zones digital curriculum. On this resource library page, you can easily search for materials by category, title, or concept. For example, if you just want to find the check for learnings, you simply click the category and they'll sort and show up here. Lastly, we're going to explore the training page. When you open up the training page, you'll see everything that you have access to here at the top. A subscription to the Zones digital curriculum includes these top 2 complimentary on-demand modules. The Getting Started training module doesn't replace our full-scale Zones trainings. However, it is helpful as a quick orientation to the curriculum and key principles, perfect for an introduction or a refresh throughout the year. Also included are the adult learning modules, which are self-paced courses to build a strong foundation in both regulation and the Zones framework. Below, you'll find additional trainings to add on right here on the training page, and they're purchased through the Zones shop. Here we are in the Zones shop. I want to point out that you can level up your access to training with the Pro Implementation Bundle. This bundled option is ideal for educators or clinicians seeking more advanced guidance, teams aligning implementation across their schools or programs, and leaders looking to build internal capacity and coaching strength. Within this bundle, you have access to the Zones digital curriculum, that Getting Started training and adult learning modules, as well as our Pro Training package, which is 5 hours of expert-led on-demand training courses that you can take at your own pace. When you're ready for your next steps, head over to zonesofregulation.com, where you can find subscription plans and pricing information right here on our website. For group pricing of 35 or more people, you can email sales@zonesofregulation.com. Here on our website, you can also request a quote for your organization or sign up to access a sample lesson, which we highly encourage you to do to explore the curriculum for yourself. Thank you so much for taking the time to join our demo. We look forward to supporting your next steps with the Zones of Regulation.